The guys on the left, you're not there yet. Okay, so say to the guy on the left, you'll get it sometime. So we're going to get there. But what it really is about is that everybody has strengths. And if you don't know your zone, if you don't know what you're good at, if you don't know what you bring to the party, you really can't make that difference. So I want to say to you, make sure that you find out what your strengths are. Here's a good way to find out. Ask your best friend, ask your wife, ask your children, ask your boss, and ask yourself. Those are the 5 people that you will consult to say, what are my top 3 strengths? And if you can't go, my strengths are 1, 2, 3, then you don't know your strengths. So it's time to find out. It's very easy. You just do the Strength Finders test, and the job is done. Apart from the strengths, there's something else. Did you know that you can have people with exactly the same, call it behavioral style, which we call the DISC analysis, the same style sitting around the table, but the moment they're in agreement or disagreement, it sometimes goes around in circles and circles, and there's a reason for that. It's because there's something called the lemon leadership type. That means that when you and I lead people, we all lead in a different way. That's very important to know. Because you see, lemon stands for something. Can you imagine? Have you ever seen that clip with a little baby that they give a piece of lemon? I mean, I saw the reverse though. I mean, the first time I saw this baby goes, that's terrible. But my little grandchild, Michaela, we gave her some this weekend, and she was jiving it. So man, she's got a great career ahead of her. There are no obstacles going to get in her way. I can see it. Takes after her father, I think. But a lemon, what happens when you squeeze the lemon? What happens when you turn the lemon? And what do lemons do when they communicate? So I'm going to give you a little tip into understanding lemon. Just the tip of the iceberg. The L stands for luminary. That's the person that really has the ability to look 30 years ahead. Everybody's got vision. The L-E-M-O-N, all 5 of these leadership types have got vision, but the luminary is the person who looks at the principle of life. Let's say there's a crack in the 23rd floor in a building. Everybody goes up to the 23rd floor and goes, what's going to happen? Where's the luminary? He's in the basement because he knows the crack was caused from the basement, the foundation. Of course, he studies the principle. So he's driven by ideas. Always great new ideas coming up. And always will ask, why? Why are we doing this? Why? And they can get a bit irritating with all their questions. Then we have the E's, the entrepreneurs. Now, we understand an entrepreneur. That's the guy that makes the deal. I mean, he looks just for the opportunity and goes for it and asks the question, why not? Why can't we do this? When are we going to do this deal? So they're always into it. Then the M. Oh, I need to stand straight when I do this. The M's. I want to hear, click. The managers do things in specific ways. They like their policies and their procedures. They will always say, bring me the policy. What does it say? And the luminary goes, what file? Where is it? They can't even find it. But the manager will know, what is the policy, what's the procedure? And they say, stop, great idea, how? Give me some detail. This is pie in the sky. An entrepreneur will say, come on, man, let's just go for this. Good for us. And the manager will say, no. They're a little bit, sometimes they seem to be party poopers, but you know what? You need them. We need them. Because they bring balance, because they help us say, stop. We need the facts and the details to this. That's what the manager will do. Then the O, the organizer. The organizer is Mr. and Mrs. Make It Happen. They can organize people, they can organize themselves, they get things done. In fact, they're driven by tasks. Somebody has to do the job. Not just the talkers, the doers. And they don't care how they do it, but they do it quickly and they get it done. So they will always ask, what must be done? And they will find a solution. They'll organize it into it. And then lastly, you'll find the networkers. So the networker is the next person that says, oh, I need to be connected. They know who's who in the zoo. They know all the gossip in the office because the connectors connect. And by the way, their cell phones, man, they got so many people in their database. In fact, you don't have to buy databases. Just get a hold of your networkers and you have 3,000 numbers like that because they know who's who. Because the moment you ask them, let's say the basic question, is it done? You know what? The luminary will say, it must have been thought through. Somebody must have an idea how to manage this. The entrepreneur, when he says it's done, he says, for sure, grab the deal, let's go. He doesn't even think of the consequences. Because remember, an entrepreneur never fails. You know what FAIL stands for? first attempt in learning. Did you ever fail? All right. So there's some entrepreneurs here, but I see you smiling at yourself. Good for you. And then basically, the managers, you ask them, is it done? 110%. If they say it's done, they mean it's done. If this was in Brazil, it would have been very rude. South Africa, this is cool. All right. I'll tell you afterwards what this means in Brazil. And what about the organizer? Ask them it's done. Well, they've done it so quickly, it's actually 70% done. That's how they do it, because they do it quickly. And the networker, is it done? I know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who can get the job done. So yes, it's pretty much done. So that's just a peep in terms of your lemon leadership type. That's how you will find out. Now, I will find out. How do we lead ourselves? So who are you? The W of wealth. When it comes to wealth and wealth creation, you can be rich, as we said, but wealth goes beyond. Wealth goes to your family. I mean, what does it help to build this empire, have all the money, buy property? We're in a property setting tonight, but your family is falling apart. Then you're not wealthy, sir. Then you're not wealthy at all. Because I've never heard a guy that said, I want to spend more time in the office on his deathbed, but I wish I spent more time with my children and my grandchildren. I want to tell you, for those of you who don't have grandchildren, your whole life changes, okay? All of a sudden, your wallet changes. There's pictures of your grandkids. And all of a sudden, men my age, you're not shy anymore. You whip it out. Hey, check my grandkids. It's very easy because you want to boast. It's part of your family. So wealth, it's what you're going to do with it. Let's talk about the E. The E stands for enterprising. I really believe that part of wealth is very important. Because to be enterprising, we've discovered that it's the people that work out a way to create passive income. Those are the guys who actually are successful. Now, you know the Triarch way. It actually says, get property, more property, use the same property to finance more property. Paraphrased. That's really what it is. But what it does say is this, using your property to go ahead. But it also says this, that in a period of time, it's going to create passive income for you. That means your properties will grow by themselves, because if you look over the period of past 20 years, it is the most profitable growing entity that's always been stable. Yes, we all go through credit crunches. Yes, we all go through a bad time with finances. But measure over a 20-year period, there is nothing as safe, as secure, with the yielding that you get, that property. So, make sure that you become enterprising in creating your wealth. You have to step out. With that goes risk-taking. Now, it all depends on your kind of profile. I can tell you now, earlier when I spoke about the cholerics, well, they are reasonably high risk-takers. If I speak about the sanguines, they're very high risk-takers. But, they win, they lose. They win, they lose. But normally, they make it up. Look at Trump. Great money, lost it, built it up again. Branson, lost it, built it up, they get back. They really are resilient. They bounce back, as we say. So what about the other two? Well, they're more risk-averse. You find that your sanguine, they are risk-takers, but here, your phlegmatics and your melancholies, or what we say, your supportive people, or your conscientious people, they don't like taking risks. They don't like playing with their money that much, unless if the communication will convince them this is a sure deal. You cannot make a mistake.